Section 118. Importation and exportation. The importation and exportation of the following goods are prohibited when a. Written or printed goods in any form of containing any matter which is advocating or inciting a treason, rebellion, insurrection, sedition against the government of the Philippines, or forcible resistance to any law of the Philippines. To any law of the Philippines, or written or printed goods containing any threat to take life of or inflict bodily harm upon any person in Philippines. B. Goods, instruments, drugs, and substances, designs intended or adapted to producing unlawful abortion, or any kind of printed matter which advertises, describes, or gives direct or indirect information where or by whom unlawful abortion is committed. Letter C. Written or printed goods, negative or cinematographic film, photographs, engravings, lithographs, objects, paintings, drawings, and other representation of an obscene or immoral character. Letter D. Any goods manufactured in whole or in part of gold, silver, or other precious metals or alloys, in the stamps, brands, or mark those not indicated to the actual fineness of quality of metals and alloys. Letter E. Any adulterated or misbranded foods or goods for human consumption, or any adulterated or misbranded drugs in violation of relevant laws and regulations. Letter F. Infringing goods as defined under intellectual property code and related laws. And letter G. All other goods or parts thereof which exportation and importation are explicitly prohibits by law or rule and regulation issued in the competent authorities. Section 190. Restricted importation and exportation. Except when authorized by law, or regular importation or exportation of following restricted goods are prohibited. Letter A. Dynamite, gunpowder, ammunition, and other explosive device and firearms and weapons of war and parts thereof. Letter B. Roulette, wheels, gambling outfits, marked cards, loaded dice, machines, and apparatus or mechanical devices used in gambling or in the distribution of money, cigars, cigarettes, or other goods when such distribution is dependent on chance, including jackpot and pinball machines or similar contrivances or parts thereof. Letter C. Lottery and sweepstakes tickets except advertisements thereof and list of drawings therein. Letter D. Marijuana, puppies, opium, colibs, heroin, and other narcotics or synthetic drugs which may harm, be declared thereafter habits forming by the President of the Philippines, or any compound manufactured salt or their preparation except when by the government of the Philippines or any person duly authorized by the Dangerous Drugs Board for medicinal purposes. Letter E. Opium pipes or parts thereof of whatever material. And letter F. Any other goods whose importation and exportation are restricted. The restriction to export and import the goods above shall include the restriction under transit.